my name's Garrett Risley, and today I'm joined with Jen Wherley, who's been the MSHS Ag and FFA instructor, and now she's also running the Workplace Learning Program. And I'm also joined by one of her participants within the program, Adrian. So thank you guys for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Of course. So before we get into the weeds on workplace learning, can you just tell us, Jen, first, how long have you been here at Mahomet Seymour High School?
Yeah, so that's making me feel old, but sure. Yeah, so I've been teaching just about 25 years, and I've been here for almost 2 decades. So
okay,
I'm a lifer here, I'd like to say. So
love that, and we're lucky to have you.
I'm bulldog, I love it.
So like I said, you've been running that FFA Ag department for quite some time. So in your tenure here, are there a couple achievements that kind of stand out amongst the rest, or any improvements that you've been able to kind of embark upon?
Yeah, well, the greatest thing about Ag here at Mahomet Seymour and FFA is just that it has consistently been on the incline of growth. And there's a lot of contributing forces over time that have added to that growth. And one of the key things, I think, first, if you're comparing apples to oranges here, like when I started here, we had 17 members in FFA, and our Ag classes were kind of just getting started a little bit in terms of growth when I took over, and we have been growing so much that we've added classes over time, and our classes had waiting list, which is also an exciting part of time to be part of, and that growth has led into hiring Mr. Meisner as well here. He's our second Ag teacher here at the high school, as well as an FFA advisor here at the high school. And then we also have Katie Flood, who joins us at the junior high for junior high Ag, as well as junior high FFA. So when you say, how is it growing? I always feel like we're just bouncing at the seams. We're always busy. Someone asked me today, when's your downtime? And I don't really think we have one. There's just so many opportunities for students to get involved in FFA. And Mahomet is one of those communities that we're agriculture minded, but we're also progressively innovative in what our approach is to education, that there's always a place for a student to get involved in the Ag and FFA program. So if they don't like horticulture, that's fine. Find a business path or find a mechanical path. We have all of those pathways in Ag and FFA, and it's not like you have to be able to play a sport or have to be able to play an instrument. These are very career-ready skills that can apply in the workplace, and so it kind of creates a mold for every student to find a place to succeed.
Love it. So transitioning now, shifting gears to workplace learning.
Yeah.
So 1, what is it? And 2, what was the rationale behind providing it as an opportunity for the students here?
Well, I mentioned career-minded approaches in agriculture, and so for many years, we do things in agriculture and FFA that help students build a career, whether it be, and it's in their SAE, which stands for Supervised Agriculture Placements. And so students have the opportunity to explore careers in those opportunities in an Ag class. And so for many years, I've always been kind of, I don't want to say planting the seed with the school board or administration, but career readiness is a big part of what we do here at Mahomet Seymour High School. And I just felt like we needed to have an experience. Our high school kids today are so involved in so many activities that they kind of, in a sense, lose those opportunities to get career experiences and internships and volunteer work that maybe sets them apart on their resume. But more importantly, it gives them the opportunity to get real world experience to find if this is really the career path I want to go down. And unfortunately, so many times I hear the story about a student who, I went off to college and I spent 4 years and then I just learned first day on the job I didn't want to do that. Yep. And so I'm so passionate about this opportunity for students because it creates an opportunity for students to get that firsthand experience. And it could be a success.
Yep.
But it also is a success when they realize that's not what I want to do as a senior in high school. they can kind of transition and find a new path. So there's a lot of different opportunities for students to succeed in this program, which I'm just so passionate about it.
Love it, thank you. So Adrian, before you can show up to work, what do you have to do in order to meet requirements? Is there like a fingerprint that you have to do, or is there like an interview? Like, what does it look like before you show up on day one?
Yeah, so basically I was kind of not exactly sure what I wanted to do going into this class. I was dead set on doing like a vet internship, and I was just so passionate about it. Well, then this opportunity came up, and Dr. Gray actually offered me a position.
Okay.
I was a patient there, and he was just like, we'd love this opportunity for you. We think you'd be really good at it. And I was like, yes, awesome. Like, I would love to do that. So there really wasn't an interview process, but I still got to go down the path of going through a unique situation of being offered and getting to know and be trained all these different things, like the computer programs, which was huge difference of what I'm used to. Like a 17-year-old probably wouldn't normally get that experience. So like this class was a really good way to like keep going and being more involved and learning more, and also getting those hours in and experiencing like what a clinic and like desk job would be like, basically.
Okay.
So yeah.
Awesome. So kind of going off script here, basically Dr. Gray of Gray Chiropractic, he knew about the program, kind of like you talking about it, I'd assume, with him somewhat?
Yeah, so
okay.
I would bring it up to him, and I would just talk about it, and he was like, well, we're actually looking for another person to join our team, and and so he just kind of offered me the position, and we went from there, and it was awesome.
Great. So was that somebody that you'd already had communications with, like in the past, or was it something like, you just reached out to him because Adrian was like, hey, I want to do this, and then you guys just set it up, or how did that work?
Well, that's a really good question, because that's kind of the hardest part of my role, in the sense that I get a new course a new group of students every year. And so the main requirement for the course is that they find something that relates to their career area of interest. So a lot of times I have new careers that show up day one that I don't necessarily have relationships here in the community with those people. So as much as I try and go to Chamber of Commerce meetings or try and put our program out there, I might have talked to someone at a meeting 3 years ago, and now I have a student who's interested in that kind of career. So just kind of circling back, it was kind of a joint effort, I would say. Adrian really found that interest of, she wants to go into vet med when she grows up, but sometimes finding things in the medical field are challenging. So this was a really great way for her to learn a skill that's similar, with that maybe could apply. She's still learning very similar things. She deals maybe with x-rays or insurance or just different parts that she can kind of go down that path and kind of, so to answer your question, kind of and kind of not, but it's definitely challenging, and Adrian will tell you it's something that like it takes a long time to
kind of just fell in place,
set up, but once it hits, it hits and it works out really well. We just want to make sure that our students have the best opportunity in front of them to explore a career.
Love it. Okay. So what does some of your day-to-day duties look like at the office?
So it can really just go either way, to be honest with you.
Okay.
We have a set schedule of like all the patients that we see and what we're kind of looking at for the day. I normally work with like insurance type of things, and then I also help Dr. Gray with like exams. I'll do x-rays, we'll do measurements, I'll even do like vibration therapies after adjustments. So yeah, I really got to build my, like confidence, and just like being able to talk to people. Like that's really helped me. This opportunity has really helped me with that. Like speaking to people, I can easily go up and just start a conversation with them. Yeah, I think it's crazy how different day-to-day things can be.
Yeah, just like a job, right?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then are you being evaluated by Dr. Gray or Mrs. Wherley, or kind of a joint? What does that look like? Is Dr. Gray like, hey, you got an A+ today, or hey, see you today, sorry,
Yeah.
like what's that look like?
So basically, we have in the class, we have these job site visits. So Mrs.
Okay.
Wherley or Mrs. Ennis will come in and like supervise us and just see how we're doing. And we have like these skills that we have to reach. And she basically just grades us on how we're doing on that. So then at the end of the month, there's always like a self-evaluation. So I'll go in and I'll log my journals and like how my days are and how much hours I do and my paychecks and things like that.
Okay.
And then I'll do a self-evaluation on how I think I'm doing. And then Dr. Gray will also receive an evaluation that he'll fill out as well.
Okay.
And that's every month.
Every month.
Every month.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So last question, and this one's for both of you.
Okay.
So for your respective roles within the Workplace Learning Program, what has been your biggest takeaway so far?
My biggest takeaway would just be, like Mrs. Worley says, like day one, like getting your foot in the door is like the hardest part. It's getting the opportunity and like being in it and like actually taking it. And I think that like that is a big eye opener, because if I didn't do that, I don't think I'd have this job and like these experience and, you know, like getting out of school early, just that, like I'm getting more hours in.
Yeah.
So I think just taking the opportunity has been a big, huge takeaway, and really just like examining what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis is huge.
That's great. Great experience.
Yeah.
And for you?
Yeah, well, Adrian, I think is proof of that just with her answer here. But, you know, we are in a community that we are blessed to be a part of. There are a lot of different businesses here. We're also close to CU, so there's almost a plethora of businesses that we can match up with our students to give them the best career opportunities that are available. And part of the program, I think for me as a takeaway, is that our students are having that matching system where they're able to kind of find the best mentor for them in a career setting.
Yep.
And then also having the classroom component with me as well on a daily basis to help with their growth mindset goals that in a career setting is something that maybe your average senior in high school isn't thinking ahead of, like, where do I need to be career minded that will help make me an exceptional candidate in a career field, either right out of high school or right out of college. And having that, just that perspective and reflection at this age as a senior is definitely something that I think sets our students or our graduates apart. And it's definitely something that I feel, you know, I like to say a lot of times that sometimes the best learning experience is not necessarily a failure or a success. It's that you realized how you fit in that scenario. And, you know, a lot of times, and I'm not saying that Adrian has had any failures, but if she does in this career experience, she's learned from them through our reflection process and how to better set her, like, okay, well, what didn't work? Why didn't it work? You know, instead of maybe we were so, our student mindset was so busy with, you know, I have a test tomorrow, I have practice, or I have this, I can say, okay, next time that I go to work, I'm going to work on this. This is what I'm going to become better at. And eventually we say, how many times does it take for a skill to become a skill or a pattern? Mm-hmm. It's 17 times. So a lot of times I say, okay, well, if you forgot it once, that's okay. You just have to eventually get to that 17th mark.
Right.
And that's where we want it to stay and become a skill that you can be proud of.
Okay. Wow. Well, thanks for your time. I think I'm taking away from your lunch. I'm imagining, so you're probably supposed to be eating now. So thank you for sitting with me, and thanks for setting this up, Jen. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for
Proud of our
having us.
kiddos.
Yes,
Yeah,
of
it's
course.
awesome.
And for those of you viewing, that's another episode of Mahomet's People to Know. Thank you.